Think the world's worst killers are large predators? Think again. Some of the most terrifying weapons on Earth are hidden inside creatures smaller than your finger. Today, we are ranking the 10 deadliest insects and arthropods based on how many humans they actually destroy each year. Watch closely, because number 1 is a silent, microscopic nightmare. The ghost mantis. Deep in the dry woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa and Madagascar lives a miniature masterpiece of terror, the ghost mantis. This bizarre creature looks exactly like a withered, dead leaf, using its jagged, dark body to blend into the shadows. While it causes 0 human deaths annually, it enters our list for its sheer, cold-blooded brutality. Standing frozen for hours in pitch darkness, it strikes with lightning speed, gripping its prey with razor-sharp, serrated legs. It then calmly devours its victim alive, usually starting with the head while the prey is still desperately moving. The giant Amazonian centipede. Emerging from the humid rainforests of Venezuela and Colombia, the giant Amazonian centipede is 12 inches of pure malice. Its massive body is made of dark, shiny armored segments, supported by dozens of bright yellow legs that move in a hypnotic, terrifying synchrony. This predator is so aggressive, it will hang upside down from cave ceilings just to snatch flying bats out of the air. While human deaths are extremely rare, its bite delivers a devastating chemical called scolopendra toxic. The result for a human is instantaneous, agonizing pain, extreme swelling, and fever. The human botfly. Deep within the tropical jungles of Central and South America hides a large, hairy fly known as the human botfly. Visually, it looks like an ordinary bloated bumblebee with a metallic blue abdomen, but its life cycle is a real-life horror movie. Although direct deaths are very low, the psychological horror is unmatched. The female glues her eggs onto mosquitoes. When that mosquito bites a human, the body heat triggers the eggs to hatch. The larvae then burrow straight under your skin, using backward-facing spines to anchor themselves inside your living flesh while they eat and breathe through a painful hole. The bullet ant. In the wet, low-altitude rainforests stretching from Nicaragua to Brazil, you might encounter the heavily armored bullet ant. Growing over an inch long, this solitary hunter looks like a giant, primitive, wingless wasp crawling along tree trunks. Human deaths only occur from severe allergic reactions, but its sting delivers a venom called ponerotoxin. This neurotoxin blocks communication in your central nervous system, triggering 24 hours of pure, unmitigated agony. The pain is widely described as identical to being shot by a bullet, accompanied by full-body shaking and temporary paralysis. The assassin caterpillar. Brushing against a tree trunk in the quiet forests of southern Brazil can easily become a death sentence. This is the home of the assassin caterpillar, the larval stage of an ordinary moth that hides in dense clusters on tree bark. It blends in perfectly using branch-like green and brown bristles, but those hairs are filled with a lethal anticoagulant venom. Responsibility for 5 to 10 human deaths a year, a single touch destroys your blood platelets. Your bloodstream completely loses its ability to clot, leading to massive internal bleeding, organ failure, and fatal brain hemorrhages. The Asian giant hornet. In the temperate rural mountains of Japan and South Korea, an apex predator rules the skies, the Asian giant hornet. Growing up to 2 inches long, this monster features a fierce orange head and a voracious appetite for wiping out entire honeybee colonies. Known globally as the murder hornet, it claims around 40 to 50 human lives every year. Its massive quarter-inch stinger injects a huge volume of cytolytic venom, a chemical cocktail that literally dissolves human muscle tissue and skin cells, leading to acute kidney failure and agonizing cardiac shock. The Brazilian wandering spider. Reaching a leg span of 7 inches, the Brazilian wandering spider crawls through the dark jungles and urban homes of South America. It doesn't spin webs. Instead, it hunts actively at night, flashing bright red hairs around its fangs when threatened. Claiming over 100 human lives annually, mostly children, its bite releases a catastrophic neurotoxin. The poison rapidly attacks the human cardiovascular and respiratory systems, causing intense burning pain, loss of muscle control, and suffocating breathing difficulties that can lead to asphyxiation. The deathstalker scorpion. Blending perfectly into the arid sands of North Africa and the Middle East is a slender, pale yellow creature, the deathstalker scorpion. It looks fragile and translucent, but it is responsible for hundreds of deaths worldwide each year. Its tail carries a lethal cocktail of neurotoxins that strike the body with an unbearable, burning agony. For children and the elderly, this venom quickly floods the lungs with fluid, causes violent convulsions, and triggers complete cardiac arrest in a matter of hours. The kissing bug. In the rural, poorly constructed homes of Latin America, a flat, dark, beetle-like creature emerges only when the lights go out. This is the kissing bug, an assassin that crawls onto sleeping humans, biting the soft tissue around their eyes and lips to drink blood. While feeding, it defecates near the wound. If the sleeping victim scratches the area, they rub a parasite into their own bloodstream, contracting Chagas disease. This silent killer kills up to 12,000 people a year, hiding inside the body for decades before causing sudden, fatal heart failure. The tsetse fly. The absolute king of biochemical terror looks like an ordinary drab housefly living in the vast woodlands and savannas of sub-Saharan Africa. The tsetse fly uses a rigid, dagger-like mouth to tear human skin and feed on blood, but its real weapon is a microscopic parasite called trypanosoma. This parasite triggers African sleeping sickness, killing up to 50,000 people every year. It slowly breaches the blood-brain barrier, destroying the central nervous system, reversing the sleep cycle, and causing violent hallucinations, coma, and inevitable death. From invisible parasites to insects that literally dissolve your flesh, nature proves that size has nothing to do with lethality. So watch your step, because sometimes the greatest dangers come from the smallest things. Every week, a new video is waiting for you, packed with mind-blowing stories, historical mysteries, shocking countdowns, and spine-chilling legends. Don't miss our next episode. See you in the next video, right here on Strange-o-rama.